Good afternoon, friends. I've been trying to find a way to write about this, and I decided, you know what, I think I can do a better job speaking about it. So there's been a few incidents since I've been here in Jamaica. It's been 3 weeks I just love this country. I love the people. I love everything about it. But I just wanted to share with you, all week I was going to the marina to hang out and do my work and really enjoy the restaurant there, which is a beautiful space. It's part of a public marina that's all been refurbished. It's called the Errol Flynn Marina. And the restaurant has a swimming pool in it. And the swimming pool is for the people who come in on the boats from the marina. And they're all, so far, as I've seen, they've all been white people who swim and use the pool and use the restaurant and have drinks and food and so on. So all week I've been swimming in the pool. I don't have a boat. No one questioned that, of course, because my skin's white and I fit in. And I wasn't trying to get away with anything. In fact, the manager of the restaurant, who's Cuban, was so cool about everything. He said it was no problem for me to swim there. And I mean, it's just part of the restaurant, kind of, you know. It's the way they've set it up is really what I'm upset about. Well, actually, no. What I'm really upset about is what happened yesterday. So all week. So yesterday was Thursday, so that's the fourth day. So yesterday, I invited a friend of mine who's Black Jamaican, very dark, what you guys say, blue-black, you know, very dark-skinned Jamaican to come there and meet me for a drink. So he came there, and he wasn't coming for a swim or anything like that. I was going to have a swim, and the security guard came up and told him that he has to tell me that the management says that I'm not allowed to swim in the pool. So he said, no, you need to tell her that, not me. That's not up to me to do that. So the security guard came and told me that. And I just was like, okay, because I knew that that was the rule, but I observed all week and I did swim in the pool all week and there was no problem. So I know that this changed because a Black person was with me in that bar. And there have been very, very few Black people in the bar. So to me, it's one of those spaces. This is only my opinion and my observation, but I observe that the management of the Errol Flynn Marina, and I hope Michael Lee Chin hears this, it seems to me that they're trying to keep that space very white in a country of Black people. And I'm very, very upset that they would, I don't care that they're calling on me to follow the rules. I'm cool with that. But I know the only reason they did that was because a Black man was with me. So that's the part that I'm really calling out, you know. So then we left and went to the beach. They have a beach, what do they call it? Bikini Beach, to go swimming there. And it was 5 to 5. And the security guard came, a woman, and said, we can't swim there because they're locking the gates. So this is another thing now. This is another issue, but it's like, what are you talking about? How can you lock the beach? First of all, like, that was always a public space for people from Port Antonio have gone swimming in that area. We used to call it the Reef. And the first hotel that was ever built in Jamaica for tourism was the Reef at that area, which burnt down. And then we always went swimming at the Reef, and it was a public space. So now they've made this other beach they call Bikini Beach, and they lock it up at 5 o'clock. And I'm like, what in the heck is going on? Are you telling me that the people of Port Antonio can't go and swim in their own public area because somebody decided to lock a gate at 5 o'clock at night?
Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel. It is a Matara reaction, and if you are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscription button. And to my subscribers, I want to say very thank you for the much support that you are giving and showing me. So in this video, there's this white lady who has come out and she has decided to talk about the racism that she experienced while she was in Jamaica in a certain hotel. Imagine a white a lady talking about racism against the blacks, instead of these blacks coming out and also to talk about the racism that is being practiced in their country. This lady talks about the way she had visited a certain hotel in Jamaica. Then she experienced the way these blacks, they were not allowed to enter that hotel. So I want you to watch this video until the end. Then I'm going to come with a lot of comments later.
That just doesn't make sense to me at all. And you know, the sad thing is that hardly anybody is using that area because of all these rules. And I said to the security, like, this is Jamaica. What kind of rules are these? All these Jamaican rules. I've never heard of these rules before. What are you guys trying to do? I think you're trying to keep the public out of their own spaces. You're trying to keep that marina for the white people that come as tourists. And that is wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. That space is a public space. That's for the people of Port Antonio. And if you want to have your little swimming pool for the rich white people that come in on their yachts and get drunk and try to, no, I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm not going to go there. Take that back. If you want to do that, then build the swimming pool somewhere else. Don't have it in the restaurant that we all want to use. That's the only place in that whole area where you can get changed or do anything where there's a washroom. All the other washrooms they've built and the other public buildings they've built are all totally run down and not being used. And I'm calling out the Jamaica Tourist Board and whoever's running this Errol Flynn Marina to smarten up and get these buildings fixed and start allowing the public to come back in and use their space. That space shouldn't just be for the white people that come in on boats, the rich white tourists that come from all over the world. No, this is for Port Antonio, for the people that live here. So that's it for today, and I'm glad I got that out, and I'd love to hear from you. I know there are other people, especially in mixed race couples who are Jamaican, that experience this. The black partner gets interrogated and stopped and questioned, and you know, the white person just walks right through. We have all the privilege in the world. Nobody ever stops us. Nobody ever says a damn thing to us. So I just feel sick that that's happening in this country. And I really want to call it out, and I want to have a discussion about it. I want to have a conversation. I want to start this conversation to really try to bring awareness. And if any of you are watching and listening and you know who I should be contacting in regards to the Errol Flynn Marina, which I understand Michael Lee Chin did a lot to redevelop that, but as far as I understand, that's still a public space. You know, who I should speak to, or if you know a person of influence, if you want to pass on my video to them so they know what's going on, I would really appreciate it. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
You know, I do highly recommend this lady for coming out and speaking fearlessly about the racism that is being practiced in Jamaica. You saw her telling us she had traveled to a certain hotel in Jamaica, whereby she went there to enjoy herself. Then when she invited her friend who was black in color, these black, who had a black complexion, sorry, it's not color, who had a black complexion. So to visit her, or they go to visit the same hotel with her. When this black Jamaican lady was at the entrance, she was denied denied that she was not going to be allowed to enter into the hotel, simply because this lady was a dark skinned. You know, that is totally insane, because you see, you have gone to other, and that hotel was owned by a foreigner. You see, there's no way you can come to other people's country, then you just build a hotel, then you deny me the access into the hotel simply because I'm a black. That is completely insane, because I also know once you do wrong with this, or you do nonsense with this Jamaican, they're going to do nonsense to you. Even back here in my country, I don't think if you can deny me an access to any foreign hotel, only if I've not paid out for my reservations. That is the only time that you can just throw me away. But also, I think I can share with you a certain story that also I experienced, and I felt like I was in denial, or these people were practicing racism on me with my friends. There's this hotel in our country. I'm not going to mention that hotel. I got a chance to go there with my friends on the weekend. So when I entered into that hotel, had a chance to sit in a view where I can see the whole of the city very well. But you see, I was if you can look inside that hotel, the most people in that hotel, they were whites. They were only whites. So we were only with me and with my two friends, so we were three black. So when we entered that hotel, we sat at that corner, then we ordered the food. But after some time, we saw some white people coming in. Then these people, they were given the first priority. They were served the first one, and we were there before. We came there before they came. So we were what we needed is we wanted us to be served first. Then the whites who came in later, then they will be served. But you can see even these blacks, they are practicing racism to the fellow blacks. So this lady, she's coming out and she's saying that she has never seen something like that. He expect that we black should be united. We should stay united. Also, she said that she visited a beach in there's a bikini beach, whereby she went there. You know, that is a public space. Nobody should tell you that this is the time you should leave. So this lady had visited there, and if you visit there, if you don't have a boat of your own, you'll not be allowed. But when this white lady entered into that beach, she was given uh, to enter. She was freely to enter without being asked a lot of questions. You see, and she never had a boat. But when there's a black lady came, she wanted to access the beach. She was denied the entry simply because she's black. So you can see the kind of racism that is being practiced in Jamaica. Back in my country, I don't think also you can deny me that a chance, or you can block me from entering into the beach. You know, the beach is a public space that is being owned by the government. People go there to enjoy. The only thing that you can deny me is just to go and use the boats, because I must pay for them, because there are some of the people who are owning those boats. So this white lady, she's really in a shock, because she has gone to Jamaica to enjoy, and then she just goes to an hotel that is owned by a foreigner who has come to invest in Jamaica. Then she calls her friend to come and swim with her. Then this because this lady who is a Jamaica, she's black, she's denied the access to the hotel because of black complexion. That is totally insane. And let me tell you, that is crazy. And one thing I know, if you mess with the Jamaicans, they will mess with you. So we as black people, we need to be united. We don't need to practice racism or these racism. This is a very dangerous disease that doesn't bring any development to our country. So it should stop. Otherwise, I do highly recommend this lady for coming out, because there's no any other black who has decided to come and talk about this issue. Okay, I do really appreciate you for watching all these videos. And if you have ever experienced this, you can come down there on the comments and tell me, and you can comment, then I'll read the comments later, then you tell me if you have ever encountered or if you have experienced the such in your own country. Otherwise, thank you.